Welcome to the Chap Cast, Midland College's official podcast offering real people and real stories that shape our community. I'm Adrian Vega, Vice President of Strategic Partnerships and Development. On today's episode, super excited, as always, to have our guests. We're going to be highlighting how Midland College is connecting education and economic opportunity through the Cogdell Learning Center and the Business Economic Development Center, or the BEDC, right? All right, so today we have Victoria Santiago Edwards, Dean of Cogdell Learning Center and Community Engagement, and also Gitsy Vasquez, the Director of Business and Economic Development Center, or the BEDC. Ladies, thank y'all for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Vega, for having us here today. We're very excited. And thank you for including my husband's last name. He'll be happy when he sees this because that's a fight at home. I don't use my married last name. I'm Victoria Santiago. Okay. But thank you so much. You told me to talk about a little bit about me. I've been here at Midland College now in May. It's going to be 9 years.
Wow, okay.
Yes, I started as an English as a second language instructor at the Cogdell Learning Center, and I did that for almost 7 years. And then from that position, I transitioned to a business counselor at the Business and Economic Development Center. Then the then director of Cogdell retired, so I applied for the position and I got it. And I was the director for like a year and 9 months. And then the dean of continuing education retired. I promised they retire both on their own. I did nothing. And I applied for that position and I got that position. And I was the dean of continuing education for 3 years. And in July last year, the college decided to break the continuing education department into two different departments, the Cogdell Learning Center and Community Engagement, and then CE. So Purvis Evans became the Dean of Continuing Education, and I continue to be the Dean of Cogdell Learning Center with the Business and Economic Development Program under my department.
Awesome. Well, that's the focus of today's episode, so we're going to unpack that. And by the way, I'm not retiring anytime soon, Victoria, so...
and that's my boss.
Oh, there you go. All right. So, Gitsy, tell us about yourself. How long have you been with Midland College?
Yes, I'm Gitsy Vasquez. I'm the director of the Business and Economic Development Center. And my background is in communication. I have a degree in communication, a diploma in marketing and sales. But I arrived here in Midland 7 years ago, and I started studying in the ESL program at Midland College.
Okay.
And I remember I had a professor here, and he helped me a lot to build my resume and to practice my job interview. And for me, he was a game changer, professionally talking. Mm-hmm. He was amazing. And now I'm the director of the Business and Economic Development Center, right? So for me, it's been a full experience to be back to the Midland College, but now in this position, of course, with more experience. I'm an entrepreneur. I work with the community. And I remember, because Victoria knows me as a content creator, and she said to me, we have this position open for the community, and we need people applying for the position. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yes, let's do a video, because people need to know what's going on and to have more opportunities. Mm-hmm. And I remember I was filming the video like this, and she started describing the position, and I was like, that's what I already do. I already do that. I work with the community. I'm an entrepreneur. I have this degree and I have that. And I was like, I'm going to apply. And now I'm here and I just have 6 months and I already feel it's my home. We're working with the community and it's been amazing.
So we're going to get into that, but you actually said two things. So I know you said that you know Victoria, or Victoria knew you from, I guess, your work professionally as a content creator, but you mentioned that you were a student at Cogdell. Did y'all's paths overlap during that time?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
Interesting.
No, because she was a student, I think, in the morning you mentioned.
Online, it was during COVID.
Oh, okay.
That was
okay.
It was 2020, and I never been in the Cogdell before when I was studying ESL, because the program, everything was online because it was during COVID. So we never met before.
No, we never.
Well, one of the things that I also like to ask our guests, especially if they're a longtime community member, is maybe what is their previous connection to Midland College? Because we have a lot of employees or team members who either, their children came here and are kids college, or
Yes.
maybe they were students. In fact, I think some of our the provost, and even if you heard Dr. Kennedy's story, he was a student at one time. So I think it's fascinating that your first encounter with Midland College was a student.
Yes, and not just, I always tell this story when I talk about my background professionally, and I always talk about this professor. He was a game changer. This is for real. He make a difference in my life because he encouraged me and he said to me, "You're ready. You can apply to jobs in English." And I was like, "No, I have this strong accent. I'm not sure if I'm ready." And he was like, "No, you're ready. And we're going to practice the interview by phone." Everything was through Zoom and by phone because during COVID, as I said before. And that for me, that opens a lot of doors for me professionally talking. I started applying to jobs and getting jobs. So it was amazing. Wow. It's not just that I was another student just trying. He really changed my life professionally talking.
Right. All right. Well, let's get into. I know that as the dean there at the Cogdell Learning Center, it is an amazing resource. The facility itself, and there's a lot of things that go on at Cogdell.
Yes.
And so I definitely want to make sure that our listeners know the full extent of all the amazing things that take place at Cogdell. So can you just tell me a little bit more, or tell us a little bit more, what goes on? What is the Cogdell Learning Center? Yes. And then what goes on there?
Yes. So Cogdell has an amazing story. So Bill Pace Cogdell was the owner of this building, actually the two buildings that now are one. And when he passed away, he donated his money to the college, and the Bill Pace Cogdell Scholarship was created. And we have the former IT vice president from here. The college is one of the trustees of that scholarship. And his name escaped my mind right now. And he left the building to the city of Midland. So the city of Midland, back in, I think, 1992, if my memory is not tricking me, sold that building to Midland College for $1. Yes. So I say that was the best purchase, the best one, spent $1 of this college. It got that building there. So what the purpose of Cogdell is an off-site campus, and it served the southeast community of Midland. And when this started, almost 40 years ago, 35 years ago, we didn't have the technology that we have right now. Like, the people that were in that area tend to stay in that area, and was a majority Mexican immigrant or Mexican descendant population that lived there. So the college was very intentional to provide services for that community from there, and to make sure that people that entered Cogdell and needed anything from the main campus almost didn't have to come to the main campus. They could be served from Cogdell. So for years, Cogdell have had the English as a second language program. That's when I started working 9 years ago. I was a teacher at night there. And then they had the GED in Spanish also from there. So the GED in Spanish was moved here in the fall of 2022. But thank goodness, in the fall of this year, we'll go back to Cogdell. We're moving that program back to Cogdell. And yes, and for Cogdell, we have the Bill Pace Cogdell Scholarship office is also from there. And we have had, and we are reactivating that again, the citizenship classes when you want to apply for citizenship. And since I became director of Cogdell, I'm smiling because we had this conversation on Friday. When I became director of Cogdell, I spoke to the consulate of Mexico from Presidio. They used to come to Martinez Bakery. So I opened the doors of Cogdell for them. And since then, they have used Cogdell. Every time they come to Midland, they come to the Cogdell Learning Center, and they use those facilities to provide all the consular services to the Mexican community in the Permian Basin.
Wow, that's incredible. I know you said it's in the southeast part of Midland. What is the actual address of Cogdell?
201 West Florida Avenue.
West Florida. Awesome. Very good. Okay, so within Cogdell, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Business Economic Development Center is also housed there.
Yes.
So can you tell me a little bit more, or tell our audience a little bit more, what exactly is the BEDC?
Is we provide counseling if a person needs to fix their credit score, or they need to buy a house, or if they are going to start a business and they don't know where to start. But not only that, we provide workshops for the community related to everything, related in every way to business, like taxes, how to prepare your business plan, how to calculate the profitability of your business. We provide all kind of workshops for the community, and because I remember the first time that I talked with Victoria about the BEDC, I thought, why more people don't know about this program? Because it's amazing for the community. And where have you been all my life? I would like to know about the program like 8 years ago when I started my own business. So we provide services for the community so they can build sustainable and long-term businesses. Because we're really good, our community is really good dreaming about businesses with the idea, and we like to work and we work hard. But sometimes we need help in the technical part of building a business. So that's what we do in the BEDC.
Wow. So there's a lot that goes on at Cogdell. There's a lot that goes on in the BEDC. For someone who's watching who may be interested in taking advantage of the services or the classes, can you talk to me about the hours? I mean, either when is the building open, either Monday through Friday or on weekends? I don't know if that overlaps when your office is open or, as you mentioned, when the consulate. I know that they're not there every day, but can you tell me a little bit more about the hours of operation or when classes are offered?
Yes. So the Cogdell Learning Center is open from Monday to Thursday from 8 to 5, and then on Fridays from 8 to 12. We're going to change to summer hours, right? So it's going to be only from Monday to Thursday from 7:30 to 5:30. Okay. However, one weekend every other month, we have the Mexican consulate, and we also host a book club in Spanish.
Oh, very good.
That is one Saturday, the last Saturday of every month in the afternoon. So we have our book club there, so the building is open for the book club. And if we have anybody, we're always doing a training or a clinic, right? Something short on Saturdays mornings. We joked. We had a tax workshop on Valentine's Day, and we thought, who's going to come? We had almost 30 people. Wow. And it's funny because it was like, the IRS doesn't care. You have to come and learn how to do your taxes. So we really opened the building as we need it. And for the BDC, they also have the flexibility that if we have a client that works and can't come during work hours, we can meet with them after 5. We can meet in person or we can meet online. So we try very hard not to tell anybody, because you can't talk to us from 8 to 5 that we won't help you. No, we will help you. So we try to figure out, and we have done it. I have done it. She has done it. We are almost this year, I think, January and February, we were almost every Saturday with an event at Cogdell.
Wow. So I think I remember you mentioning something about the book club. Is that a relatively new thing?
Yes, they started this year.
And how is that going?
It's going great. So let me reframe. They have been meeting for years, so they are a big group of almost over 50 people.
Oh, goodness.
Yes. Okay. And so they are meeting at Cogdell, and it has been very interesting because we have books, and I'm part of the book club, that are in finance or, leadership. And so that has, of course, there is novel, mystery, romance, right? They read, every month they read something different. But it has been very interesting. And and they are a big group.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think during election season, isn't Cogdell a polling site or election site?
Yes, and actually Cogdell is the only voting center in the southeast part of, and early voting happens at Cogdell.
Okay. So I'm going to come back to you, Gitsy, in terms of you being a former student. And how long have you been here now with Midland College? You said 6 months?
6 months.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, actually, it's for both of y'all. But I would say that you represent a success story, meaning a student who went to Cogdell, took some of the classes, and I mean, I think you'd be wherever you would be anyway, because you seem very talented. But can you think of in y'all's time there, some other success stories, or is there any students that stand out? You don't have to say their names, but or a family or something that you know that what goes on in Cogdell has made a difference in the lives of our community.
Yes, we have really good stories.
Okay.
I like to see the Cogdell Learning Center as a place of connection for our community. So every time that we can talk about something that can help them to build something, that's important. And we've been receiving really good reviews. But Victoria has an amazing story about a customer that they attend in BEDC, and I want that you talk about that.
Yeah, so we have multiple, but one, actually they were my students as English as a second language. She knows them. The Vensor brothers, they came from Mexico, I think 11 years ago. And I taught them English. And so they have, I don't want to cry. They have one of these amazing stories. I always love to talk about them. One of them, when they came, they were living in their car in the parking lot at Walmart in Midland Drive. And in short 11 years, they own a Arrow Shop, which is a trucking company. They are doing amazing. They are they have such a drive and so smart for business and such commitment to them, and it's these brothers, right? And their wife. So everybody gets along and everybody works. It's not dysfunctional family. It's a very, very resourceful, tight family. And they are very successful in their industry. That's one. The other one, probably a lot of you know this, Amara Gelato, the ice cream place in San Miguel Square. Mm-hmm. So she was a student of mine in the spring semester of, I think, 2019, if I remember correctly. And she wanted, I started teaching a class in how to become an entrepreneur in Spanish. So she took the class, and she said in the class that her dream was to open a gelato place. Wow. And she did open the gelato place, and I helped her. She started working on her business plan, and she would meet with me very frequently, and I would go through all the figures with her. And she opened on May 2020. And I was so concerned because, like COVID, but the ice cream is a success. She sold it because they moved to another city, but it's still a success, and they expanded to Odessa. So for years, I will go every Friday with my children to buy ice cream just to support. Gitsy and I were both very strong on supporting our small businesses, because if we want to bring financial stability to our community, right? If we want to not only depend of the oil, we want to grow our community, we have to support our small entrepreneurs, especially the ones that we're helping make their dreams a reality, right? So that one is another one that is a very sweet story.
Wow. Well, when you think about, what's going on in the Permian Basin, opportunities are here, right? And when you think about the role that Midland College plays in that, obviously we can serve as a driver to provide anybody, with the drive, with the tools and the skills, necessary to succeed. Yes. One of the things that y'all know as part of our strategic framework or plan is one of our pillars is collaboration and community, right? Mm-hmm. Is there any, does either Cogdell or the BEDC have any specific partners, whether it's the city or whether it's other businesses, or can y'all talk to me about
we partner with everyone? I mean, the VDC is a collaboration between the city of Midland and the Midland College, but we also work with the Midland Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, with the Chamber of Commerce, with MDC, the Midland Development Corporation, and where else? I'm missing UTPB. We work with the Founders Blend networking every month. We're supporting cafe companies and other networking with the Midland Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We're connecting everywhere. We really believe that we need to be connected to work as a community. And right now, Midland is growing up like a lot. Yeah. We are growing up. We see people coming all the time. We're growing up. We see new businesses every day. And we like to be part of that part of the story in Midland. And we're collaborating with everyone, and that gives purpose to what we do. And any corporation that needs to get in touch with us to see how can we collaborate in workshops, or maybe we can provide workshops to their teams or whatever, we are here to help.
Yes, so one thing that we really need to highlight is the partnership between Midland College and the City of Midland. The BEDC, all the services we provide are 100% free to the community, 100% free, because the City of Midland provide a grant to Midland College just for the BEDC. And it's thank you to that grant that we can do what we do. So thank you to the City of Midland for that. And as Gitsy said, with the Midland Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, we work very close. We are taking over, they are going through some change. We're taking over the Café con Pan, which is one of their events monthly. Gitsy and I were leading that at Cogdell. And we are also partnering with the Better Business Bureau.
Yes.
I have been recently invited to be a member of the board of the Better Business Bureau, Heart of Texas, which is the area that serves us here. And we're also going to host a Better in Your Business Lunch and Learn that is exclusively for the members of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the members of the Better Business Bureau, but are going to be at Cogdell. And Gitsy and I were coordinating those efforts. With Midland Development Corporation, we are partnering all the time. And with UTPB, specifically with the Office of Innovation, we partner with them in the Founders Blend monthly networking events. So yes, it's like what Gitsy said.
We have a list.
We have a list.
Van Ventures.
Yes, we have been invited multiple times to talk at ExxonMobil. And we have present workshops for their employees in personal finances, in credit, the state of entrepreneurship in Midland. So honestly, anything that is related to finances and how to improve people's quality of life through their finances, we're game. Like we say yes, and we just partner.
And it's something that we really love from this area. People are willing to collaborate and help each other, and we love our community.
Yes.
Well, I like the attitude. I like the entrepreneurial spirit. I like that you said yes. As you know, that's one of our core values. Yes, students in action.
Yes.
So it seems like you embody
Sometimes Gitsy tells me, Vicky, you can say no.
No, sometimes.
Sometimes it's like you're allowed to say no. It's okay to say no.
Yeah,
no, it's
she's
a whole sentence.
Dr. Kinney says it's the posture of yes. It doesn't mean it's an automatic cardboard.
Exactly.
All right. We're already coming close to the end of this semester. And so, man, it's already going to be May. I can't believe that. But is there anything coming up, maybe mid-May or June, that you'd like to let the community know about?
In May the 14th, we're going to have a home buying workshop. If the community needs to know how to get in the process to buy a house, we're going to have a team there explaining to them how is the process. Or maybe if they want to build a business, buying houses is going to be perfect for them. We have in the May 13th, you say, Café con Pan. And it's going to be in Cogdell Learning Center too?
We don't know. I don't remember, but it's going to be in Spanish.
Yes, so I'm sorry, but if you want to have more information, you can follow us. We're really active in social media. But for June, we have the leadership conference too.
Yes,
is the first leadership conference that exists here. Is in Spanish. It's fully in Spanish, and I create that conference, and I received the support from the Midland College last year, and we're going to repeat this year too. Is the first leadership conference in Spanish in the whole Permian Basin. Is June the 13th.
June 13th. Okay. Yes. And in August 6th, this event is not only ours, is the City of Midland is bringing the Governor of Texas Small Business Summit.
Oh, wow.
And we are helping them. And I am very happy to let you know that it's going to be here at the college. It's going to be in the Chap Center.
Well, that's great.
And this is a gigantic initiative. They are expecting around 250 entrepreneurs. And fingers crossed the governors come. And it is everybody, SBDC, the BDC is going to be there, the chambers. It's this big event that happens every month in different cities in the state of Texas, and it's coming to Midland, and it's going to be here in the Chap Center.
So I know that we have y'all's information on the Midland College website along with everything else. Do y'all have a website? Is there anything in Spanish? Or is there content that y'all create in Spanish, I would imagine?
Yes, we create content in Spanish in Instagram, Facebook, and we share LinkedIn too. Yes. Okay. I was about to say también. I'm sorry.
So everything we do, we are very intentional in doing it both English and Spanish.
Yes.
Okay. So we always joke that if you want a workshop, we can do it in English and Spanish. I'm wearing heels.
So yes.
All right. Well, I've asked y'all a lot, and y'all shared a lot of information. But with that said, is there anything that I did not ask you that you feel you would like to share, or any closing information about the amazing work that y'all do?
I don't know if this is something that you miss. It's not about that, but maybe inviting people to participate in what we are doing. Because as I said before, when I first met BEDC, I was like, we need to share this message. We need to let people know that we are here and we're ready to serve and help our community. So get in touch with us, be in contact, set an appointment, and we're going to sit with you and check what do you need from us and in which way we can help you. And if we cannot help you, we're going to send you to the correct place so you can receive the help. But yes, we're here to serve, and I'm really honored to be here and to have this amazing boss that I have. And get in touch, because the best is yet to come.
Awesome. Well,
yeah. So for me, Cogdell is definitely a bridge into between the southeast side of Midland and Midland College, and the focus is on the academical part of it. But with the BDC that is so close and dear, at least to my heart, is we really. And both of us, Gitsy is an entrepreneur, and I have dedicated my entire professional career to study this. But I do believe that the best way to build community and to support families is through helping them and share financial and economical knowledge. Because, and I always, Gitsy knows this, I always talk about financial freedom. And how, learn how this country works, because the American dream for me is very much alive. And the people that have come and we see it every day, we come across of people that have come to this country, not even speaking the language well, and they still can make it. All you have to do is learn how things are done, and try to find the information, and the information is out there, and it's honestly free. Like what we do it for free. And we teach about cash flow. We teach about file your taxes. We can't lend you money because we are not a lending institution, but we can direct you or put you, okay, you have to talk to this person, you have to talk to this person. So we really believe that sharing this knowledge to the people in our community so they can take ownership on their financial decisions and make them smart will help them improve their life. And I always, one of the programs that I used to have in continuing education was the transportation training program. And everybody wants to buy their own truck and start driving a truck because you make money. But I always talk used to talk to the director of that program. Not only they need to learn about the CDL and all that, they also need to learn how to manage their money. They need to learn how to plan, because we are in a town that you can make a lot of money, but there are a lot of ups and downs. So when you're in the up, you have to start planning for the down. So having all this knowledge, because when you take one person out of poverty, when you give a person the tools so they can be financially stable, that is a family that is going to be financially stable. That's a family that is going to be able to buy a home. And those are children that are going to be able to stay in the same school and have a stable home. And if you do one family at a time, that's how you build a community. So that is my why. And there are days that I have to remember my why when I wake up at 5 in the morning. And I always remember that. And that is what makes me move. And that's why I do what I do. And I do it with absolute love and conviction. That is the best way to help people. And Gitsy, as an entrepreneur herself, she has it. She understands. So that's why she and we have been able to work so well together, because when I'm in my spiral of ideas, she knows she knows what is my drive, and she shares it. And she said that she came to record the video of me trying to hire somebody, and she was like, okay, I can do that. And that was funny because we were having a conversation, and I was just like telling her, and she was like, yes, I want it. But it's because we share the passion, right? So it's just amazing when you work with people that they see what you see.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I think Midland College is very fortunate to have both of y'all part of the team.
Thank you.
I feel very fortunate to be y'all's colleagues and your teammates as well. So Victoria, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for
Gitsy, thank you so much for joining us
having
today.
us.
And so this concludes another episode of the Chap Cast. So be sure to like, subscribe, and share today's episode. So until next time, go Chaps!